Judge and jury, the people versus Amy Fisher. Plus, it's bell-bottoms and belly buttons again, as designers say, grin and bear it.
And now it's flower power. Do your own thing.
And she's getting her 15 minutes of fame with a lawsuit from Hollywood.
I will never win an Academy Award, that's for sure. And this is the closest I'll get to them, and why not?
Hello, everyone. I'm Maureen O'Boyle.
And I'm Alexander Johnson. Welcome to a Current Affair Extra. In a moment, we'll have a look at some special home videos of Kevin Costner's Day on the Court and our exclusive Amy Fisher trial.
But first, the tragedy of adoptions that go wrong. For mothers who aren't capable of giving the gift of life and parents who have enough love for America's unwanted children, adoption is the perfect answer. But as Terry Willisey reports, some adoption agencies may not be telling parents everything they should about the kids they're taking into their lives. And some babies end up as nobody's child.
Adoption.
Lives.
Jesus, how I love you. You mean more to me than I can tell.
11-year-old Shantika wants one day to be a pediatrician. She loves children, and so do her natural parents, Gary and Alma Knight. But after the Knights relinquished custody of 2 children they'd adopted, and subsequent accusations that they dumped them like unwanted possessions, the family is wary and very hurt.
Because I grew to love them, and I had to do something that I didn't want to do, but I had no choice.
And there are other families scarred by adoptions that were disasters.
Children are my life and always have been.
Kathy Belk is a single mother in a million. She not only has 4 grown-up children and 8 grandchildren, but she's also adopted 4 children who have special needs, children with a fragile hold on life, including Patrick, an intelligent 13-year-old, a quadriplegic with cerebral palsy.
Every day he lives is a miracle. And he knows, don't you, Pat?
One of Kathy's adopted children, Branwell, died of natural causes last year. Randy Kay, a delightful 5-year-old who has cerebral palsy, has also come close to death. But Kathy Belk says one of her most devastating experiences came after she agreed to adopt a 13-year-old girl whom she was told was only mildly retarded.
She was standing by the road with a suitcase in her hand. She was standing there crying, and I said, that's kind of scary, and she said, yeah.
But it was after the adoption papers were signed that Kathy Belk says her new daughter, seen in this home video, became unexpectedly violent. Specific details of the alleged violence are now all recorded in juvenile court documents. The adoptive mother says she was given no warnings by the adoption agency to expect such behavior.
The first thing that happened was I had had a pet cockatiel that for years. She cut off its toes, cut off its feet, and then hit it with a stick, trying to make it run with no feet, until, of course, it died.
Kathy Belk claims her new daughter's outbursts were terrifying and frequently aimed at the girl's disabled brothers and sisters.
She would pull their oxygen tubes. She would pull the ventilators. She would cut their feeding tubes.
Hello, my name is Patrick.
Kathy Belk says Patrick told her through a message board that the girl had sexually molested him. But as she reported to authorities, there was worse to come.
And I ran in Patrick's room, and I saw her with his diaper down, a pair of scissors in her hand.
The distraught mother says her daughter then told her of the gruesome task she planned to carry out. The troubled daughter is now in foster care. In Miami, Florida, John and Mattie added to their existing family by adopting 3 sisters aged 10, 9, and 7.
So we went to an adoption agency, and we saw 3 beautiful little girls. And I fell in love with them because they were so beautiful.
But the relationship was a disaster. And after filing numerous complaints with the Department of Health and Rehabilitative Services, Mattie and John had the adoption annulled.
The older child, she had the sexual problems, and she would try to force herself on my oldest son. The middle one was just very mischievous and tend to lie a lot. And the little one took a knife out, and she tried to kill one of her sisters, and she took the knife out at me, and she threatened to kill my son, my youngest son, and my niece.
They needed 24-hour constant attention. The walls were all wrote on with crayons, and they wrote swear words on them, and they just destroyed their bedroom that they had and urinated on the rug.
Did you love them?
Yes, I did. And I tried to get them help, but it was affecting my children and the lives of my own children, and our lives too.
So it wasn't a case of you abandoning them because it was just too hard to handle and you were giving up?
No, we tried to get help for them.
One common thread linking these failed adoptions is the claim that not all information about the adoptees' possible psychological problems was given to the adoptive parents. Now, the agencies deny the claims, but nonetheless, it was the parents who found the pretty packages they'd been delivered were now ticking.
And he exploded on his teacher in school because he wrote her a note telling her he was going to murder her.
Did you know before you went through with the adoption that he had those problems?
All they said, he was depressed.
They should have let us know what we were getting into ahead of time, because if we don't know what's behind them, then the contract is null and void.
The Knights were publicly slammed for terminating their adoption. One newspaper said they had no right to dump the children. The head of Dade County's Health and Rehabilitative Services was quoted as saying, "Adoption means adoption. It's not a trial run. It's not a we'll check it out." The department also questioned if the Knights' case was criminal abandonment. Miami attorney Arthur Luongo handled the adoption annulment cases for the Knights and John and Mattie.
A certain percentage of adoptions are going to fail, and I think that the state child welfare agencies have to be prepared to accept that and deal with that and not treat the adoptive parents as some sort of quasi-criminals or some sort of pariah.
New York psychiatrist Dr. Michael Aronoff agrees the children are the innocent victims, but believes in most cases adoptive parents have to be held accountable.
When parents undertake that kind of responsibility, they have to understand that they are undertaking a commitment that they need to stand by. It is even more than a marriage. It is through sickness and in health. These are children at stake, and you can't really treat them as if they're merchandise.
In Michigan, Kathy Belk is now facing charges of neglecting her adopted daughter. She's pleading no contest. So do you still love her?
Yes, I do. I feel very sorry for her. She also is a victim of the system. She was not given a chance in life.
John and Mattie and the Knights agree the children were innocent victims who also wanted out of their adoptive families. But they also believe things might have been different if the assistance they'd asked for had been given.
The light, the way.
When a child's adoption is annulled, sadly, they are put back into the foster care system and begin the adoption process all over again. We want to know what you think. Should adoptive parents be allowed to give back problem children? If your answer is yes, call 1-900-420-5551. If your answer is no, call 1-900-420-5552. If you want to tell us why, you can also record a message. Each call costs 75 cents per minute, and we'll have the results for you next week on Extra. You know, it's got to be tough for the adoptive parents to have to turn back and give the children right back to the foster care system again.
It's such an incredible decision to make. And for some of these kids, this is the only chance they'll ever get. It's a great story. Still ahead on the Current Affair Extra, leading man Kevin Costner proves you can go home again, but you may not get star treatment.
He was a little twerp, and there was no way in the world you could pick him out as somebody potentially successful in movie acting.
He would just give me a hard time like every day. He was really much a wise guy.
Everyone's favorite actor still plays his part for the home team. That's next. And later, Amy Fisher takes the stand, the exclusive courtroom trial you've been waiting for.
He explained to me that nothing could go wrong. He also explained to me that this wasn't like killing and that I was doing it for him.
The real crime here is that Amy Fisher shot Mary Jo.
Alka-Seltzer Plus Nighttime. For relief without alcohol. Hit the box, not the bottle.
How fast does Ambisol start to relieve toothache pain? Before you can say.
Ambisol.
Canker sore pain? Before you can say.
Ambisol.
Relieve minor mouth pain on contact with Ambisol in regular or maximum strength.
When Jeff's girlfriend disappeared,
Diane!
he imagined the worst.
He's gone, Jeff. You just have to learn to accept that.
And then...
Hello, Jeff. I'm the man you're looking for.
He lived it.
Where's Jeff?
To find out everything. You must experience what she experienced.
Is he dead?
Jeff Bridges, Kiefer Sutherland, Nancy Travis.
No!
The Vanishing. Rated R. Now playing at theaters everywhere.
The movie cameras weren't rolling, but someone must have yelled action. Kevin Costner returned to his alma mater to play out one of his biggest fantasies. As Mike Watkins reports, the Hollywood star was having a ball.
Kevin Costner is living proof that white men can jump. Ball. The Hollywood Golden Boy found this out firsthand recently when he went back to his high school in Ventura, California, and put on a floor show his hometown will never forget.
When he shook my hand, I was in awe. I was amazed. My eyes watered up. Everybody was talking about it, even the teachers and people, even my mom.
And what's not to talk about? The Academy Award-winning actor and director who played junior varsity basketball at Buena High School in the early 70s returned from the bright lights of the big city to play in his hometown alumni game, benefiting the school's basketball program.
The minute Kevin Costner walked through the door, they were all cheering. They were like just all amazed to see him.
And to the amazement of his fans, this Hollywood hotshot admitted that in high school, he had a different field of dreams.
You know, I never dreamed of winning the Oscar, but I dreamed of playing basketball here.
Tonight, Costner's dream came true as he played to a sold-out crowd, something this hunky heartthrob is used to. But according to former classmate Karen Blackwood Travers, this heartthrob used to be a headache.
He was really kind of geeky. Back then we were always seated alphabetically, you know. So I was B, Blackwood, he was C, right behind me. So he would just give me a hard time like every day, just rag me about all kinds of stuff. He was really much a wise guy.
Karen says this now sexy star hounded her so much during math class, he ended up scripting a personal apology in her yearbook.
Here's Kevin's autograph. And what he wrote was, Karen, you're a good chick and a better person. You had to listen to a lot in math, and I'm sorry, Kevin Costner. I wish sometimes, gee, I should have played my cards differently.
But now Kevin seems to be untouchable. However, Kevin's former junior high English teacher, Bob Pease, says that's unbelievable.
He was a little twerp, and there was no way in the world you could pick him out as somebody potentially successful in movie acting. At that time, he was interested in being a baseball player.
See if you can hit my curve.
Pease says even after Costner became a superstar, he still had trouble picking him out of a crowd.
The day I saw Dances with Wolves, I came here to the girls' playoff game, and I sat there for a half studying this guy across the way and said to myself, that can't be him because he's out on the prairie somewhere, you know, chasing buffalo, and suddenly dawned on me, that's him sitting there with his little boy in his hands and his little daughter.
And at last month's alumni basketball game, Costner proved he was just as much a family man as a leading man. The star of The Bodyguard at times could have used the bodyguard as he led the Buena High Bulldogs on to victory. And during his post-game speech, Hollywood's Robin Hood admitted that back in high school, he himself would have avoided the Sheriff of Nottingham.
I would first apologize to a lot of people in the Ventura community, because between the years of 64 and 71, I broke a lot of windows. I don't know whose windows.
Along with the apology, Costner also gave praise to his hometown for giving him the foundation to succeed.
God bless you, and we don't forget where we come from. And we feel like I'm a part of you, I feel like you're a part of me, and I'll see you at the movies.
Not only did he score points, but Kevin Costner raised almost $10,000 for his old high school. Can you imagine him as geeky?
No, not at all. In a moment on A Current Affair Extra, we give the Long Island Lolita her long-awaited day in court.
I had an affair with Joe Buttafuoco for 10 months, but he wanted his wife dead, and he tried to get me to carry that out for him.
Be there for the trial Amy Fisher escaped. Plus, today's fashion gurus seem to be suffering from deja vu.
Hippie beads, bell-bottoms, and bellies, and butts.
You can write to A Current Affair, Box 519 FDR Station, New York, New York 10150, or fax us at 303-727-4604.
When your sinus and nasal congestion feels this bad, what will bring you relief? If you think it's prescription strength medicine, you're absolutely right. Now, Tavis D in its full prescription strength is available without a prescription. Just one tablet helps relieve 12 hours worth of painful congestion and sneezing.
That's absolutely right.
Tavis D, one tablet, 12 hours, and now no prescription.
For cleaning, shining, and disinfecting, nothing outperforms us in the bathroom. Dow Bathroom Cleaner, starring Scrubbing Bubbles. We work hard so you don't have to.
At first, it was just a cough, but by 3 o'clock, it was the flu, and Lisa Halley knew enough to get home fast. To Theraflu, serious hot liquid medicine. Doctor recommended Theraflu. Your flu misery stops here.
Next on Extra, we put Amy Fisher on trial.
TV 31 Golf. Hole number 14 of the TV 31 golf game, 151-yard par 3 at Donovan Golf Course. And here's Mark Poos of Heritage Buick. And he pops it up. And that's a 2-foot shot. Setting up shot number 2. 155-yarder over the water and right of the pin. And that's shot 3, the long putt. Yeah, he's in the same county. But then, looking like the famous cartoon character Muttley, with a little help, shot number 4 goes. Cheats and still bogeys the hole. The score of 4 on hole number 14.
It may not be golf season, but it sure is a great time to score big with a new Buick LeSabre from Heritage Buick. See the straight shooters at Heritage for your best deal on a new Buick.
Attention! Nationwide Warehouse has just ordered a truckload clearance of all merchandise. Our buying power lets us sell 3-piece living room sets from $188.
Only $188?
That's right, from only $188. Manufacturers are loading trucks and shipments are arriving daily. Mattress sets for as low as $33 each piece sold in sets. 4-piece bedroom groups from $188, free layaway. At Nationwide Warehouse, 8206 North University Street, 2 blocks north of Brown's Chicken and Pasta. Phone 692-9109. Nationwide Warehouse, Nationwide Warehouse.
This Sunday only, starving artist group Art Expo and Sale. Thousands of beautiful original oil paintings on canvas by talented professional artists. Giant sofa-sized paintings sold elsewhere for hundreds of dollars, as low as $19. Smaller paintings from $7. Absolutely no painting over $49. Professional artist quality at rock-bottom starving artist prices.
Art Expo and Sale this Sunday only at the Ramada Inn, East Peoria. Huge sofa-sized original oil paintings from $19 this Sunday only at the Ramada Inn, East Peoria, 11 to 4.
The biggest trial in New York criminal history never happened until this week. In an exclusive, we take you into the mind of a teenage tyrant, Amy Fisher, the young girl whose name has entered every household in America. Steve Dunleavy reports from the oldest courtroom in New York for the trial that had to happen, the People versus Amy Fisher.
She's an attempted murderer.
In the city of New York, the scandal of Amy Fisher became one of the seamiest sagas to hit the news in the last 10 years. Now, when Miss Fisher copped a plea and went to jail, she robbed the public of a trial, leaving behind many, many unanswered questions. Tonight, we'll try to address those questions and complete the unwritten chapters in the trial of Amy Fisher. Criminal attorney Lawrence Hochheiser will outline the defense for Amy Fisher. Marvin Kornberg, the attorney for Mary Jo Buttafuoco and Joey Buttafuoco, will outline the prosecution. Now, when Hollywood made no less than 3 movies on the subject, 126 million Americans watched. But this is not Hollywood. This is a real courtroom. No scriptwriters here. The words you hear tonight will be the actual words that were spoken by the main players in this ongoing drama. And now, the trial of Amy Fisher.
Order in the court.
Evil person. She deserved this. Joey seemed to have everything under control.
Order. Come to order.
I would have Mary Jo testify as to what happened, the fact that she subsequently went to a lineup, that she picked Amy Fisher out of a lineup. I would then have her identify Amy Fisher in the courtroom as the person who shot her on that day.
On May 19th, Amy Fisher came to my home, rang my doorbell, and viciously and deliberately assaulted me on the front porch of my home. I was left for dead with a .25 caliber bullet lodged in my head about 1 inch from my spinal cord. Here's where the bullet went in. They had to cut me open, dislocate my jaw. They had to slice me here. I'm in a lot of pain. I am in pain every day.
There's really no doubt about what happened. I mean, obviously Amy Fisher had a gun. That gun was used to shoot Mary Jo Buttafuoco, one way or the other. The real issue here is, what is this really all about? We're looking at the tip of an iceberg.
I have learned that Amy Fisher not only shot me on May 19th, but also conspired to, and in fact attempted to murder me on 2 prior occasions. There is evidence that an axe was purchased by Amy Fisher, not only for the purpose of killing, but for the unforgivable purpose of killing my children. I want to know why. Is she so intent on hurting me and hurting my children and even hurting my husband with the lies that she has spun, with the tales that she has spun about my husband? Why?
The next witness is Stephen Sleeman.
I would have him testify as to how he had a sexual affair or many sexual affairs with Amy Fisher for the purpose of getting the gun.
She kept saying she definitely wanted Mrs. Buttafuoco, you know, someone to shoot his wife. Then she looks at me and says, I want you to shoot his wife. Then she says, I could stab her, that she could stab her. And I looked at her like, what are you going to stab her with, a kitchen knife? I looked at her, she was crazy. I thought she was nuts. But then she said, I could get a hatchet.
I would call the first people at the scene. For example, the first police officer at the scene.
On May 21, 1992, Nassau County Police picked up Amy Fisher as she was driving her 1990 Chrysler LeBaron on Merrick Road. and arrested her for the attempted murder of Mary Jo Buttafuoco. On August 10, we recovered the weapon, a .25 caliber pistol, from a storm drain near Amy Fisher's home. Your Honor, I was present the day that Amy Fisher made a statement to the fact that she had shot Mrs. Buttafuoco.
Is Amy Fisher here in the courtroom?
Yes, sir.
Could you please point her out?
That is Amy Fisher.
Now, Amy Fisher takes the stand and makes allegations that cast a cloud over the ongoing drama.
I'm not asking for sympathy. I just want to tell the people my story because they heard everybody else's story. I just want them to know the truth.
And what is the truth?
The truth is everything I'm telling you. That I had an affair with Joe Buttafuoco for 10 months. That he wanted his wife dead, and he tried to get me to carry that out for him.
How do I get 12 people on a jury to come to the conclusion that they can trust and believe what Amy Fisher says as true?
Attorney Lawrence Hockheiser is out. Amy Fisher.
It doesn't just go out and shoot someone in the neck for nothing. This isn't a crime for profit. This isn't sticking up a gas station and killing somebody.
He said he didn't want to deal with her anymore, and that we would be together, and I listened.
Marvin Kornberg, the attorney for Mary Jo and Joey Buttafuoco, is outlining the prosecution.
If Amy Fisher attempted to use as a defense the Joey made me do it defense, if you will, that she was counseled by Joe into doing this, I would move that the judge rule that that type of evidence is inadmissible. And I would argue that it is not a defense to murder.
Oh, objection, Your Honor.
Overruled at this time. I'd like to hear what the witness has to say. Well, so far, we've seen Mary Jo Buttafuoco describe the agony of her wounds. We've seen Amy Fisher take the stand in her defense, and there's much more to come.
Next on a Current Affair Extra, the verdict is in. Amy Fisher hears the jury's decision.
Will the defendant please rise? How do you find the defendant, Amy Fisher, guilty or not guilty?
That's next. And later, find out why the Motion Picture Academy may be presenting this woman with a lawsuit.
I certainly don't hate the Academy Awards at all. I don't care about them one bit.
Plus, he's the groom that got goosed by an uninvited guest.
And the neck is this long, and the beak must be this long, opening like this, going for your eyes.
If you have exclusive home videotape you think we should see, you can call us at 1-800-WE-SAW-IT. That's 1-800-WE-SAW-IT.
This book could save your life. In it, you'll discover the secret healing powers of everyday foods, the superfoods. You'll learn valuable facts, many just discovered by prominent doctors and nutritionists, that may actually help you live longer. Fact: strawberry lovers consistently have a lower incidence of cancer. Grapes reduce tension. Cabbage helps prevent tumors. And if something has you on edge, a bowl of pasta can calm you right down. Fact: onions prevent strokes. Mushrooms supercharge your cells and give you energy. Even eggplant can lower your cholesterol. This book is revolutionary, the latest in health and nutrition news. It will make you feel better, look better, and live better. Superfoods. Call right now and discover ordinary foods that do extraordinary things to heal and protect you. Superfoods is packed with 300 recipes, all yours for just 3 installments of $8.99. You can even try it free for 21 days. Order right now and get this handy Superfoods shopping guide. Superfoods, from Time Life Special Editions. Unique books that add so much to your life.
Call 1-800-482-6400 now to preview Superfoods free for 21 days. If you like it, keep it for 3 payments of $8.99. You'll receive the Superfood Shopper's Guide free. So call now, 1-800-482-6400.
You can borrow money on your tax return with no traditional credit checks and no upfront fees at Sharp Income Tax. Why wait weeks for your income tax refund when you can have your money fast? At Sharp Income Tax Service, we not only figure your taxes, we also loan you money on your tax return. So why wait? Get a refund anticipation loan ASAP. Get your money now with a refund anticipation loan. Come to Sharp Income Tax, Sterling Plaza, Peoria, and Town Center 1, East Peoria.
A scandalous royal wedding for the falling House of Windsor, coming up on Extra.
Lower back pain, neck pain, upper back pain. There are all kinds of back pain. Doan's relieves them all with an ingredient these brands don't have. Relieve back pain with Doan's, the back specialist.
I think it's healthy for a man to make friends with a washing machine.
We designed Whirlpool washers, so just about anyone in the family can use them.
I don't ask him to do a wash-off, and so when he does, I want to be sure it's done right.
Whirlpool washers have a self-balancing system to help prevent most lopsided loads from stopping in mid-cycle.
I never got any help. I was born too early.
Whirlpool, how to make a home run.
A cold isn't always just here. Sinuses can get congested too. That's why there's Advil Cold and Sinus. One ingredient for aches and pains, another for sinus congestion. It's all connected.
Advil Cold and Sinus, advanced formula for the cold season.
The evidence is in. Amy's back in the hot seat, and Joe Buttafuoco strikes back. Now, Steve Dunleavy takes us back inside the courtroom for the compelling conclusion of the People versus Amy Fisher.
Here's where the ball went in. They had to cut me open.
I had an affair with Joey Buttafuoco for 10 months. That he wanted his wife dead. Joey seemed to have everything under control. He explained to me that nothing could go wrong. He also explained to me that this wasn't like killing and that I was doing it for him. And that his wife was an evil person and she deserved this. I went to hit her on the back of the head. I hit her again and the gun went off. I just ran away. If I could make that pain go away, if I could change things, I would. If I could just put my hand over her face and make it go away, I would. Her entire family and my entire family have been absolutely destroyed.
Do you deserve to be punished?
Absolutely. I didn't mean to do it, but I still did it, and I know I have to be punished.
She'd be faced with on the question of credibility, she would be faced with her tapes that have been shown in the various media.
How many men did you sleep with?
About 20.
Over the course of how long?
6 months.
Care of business, then we don't worry about business, then we take care of pleasure.
I had an ability to just develop this defense mechanism and put up walls. And I could do that, and I could just take a shower and just go like this and act like nothing was wrong.
After Amy Fisher's testimony, the defense calls Joey Buttafuoco.
Amy Fisher is a liar and has zero credibility. She knows that. I know she's a liar. I know she has no credibility. She's a tramp, a prostitute, a slut, and an attempted murderer. That's what Amy Fisher is.
Attorney Lawrence Hochheiser outlines a defense for Amy Fisher.
Was there romance? Was there sex? What kind of romance? What kind of sex between a grown man and a young kid like this? These are the questions that I would explore at a trial.
No question about it. We were friends. Over a year, we were doing repair work on a car. And business for the family. We did develop a friendship. But I have not been charged with any crime. That's number one. But number two, there are a group of people that are going to believe always what they want to believe. Nothing that I say or do will change that. And I can deal with that. It's just a shame that they're making this shooting an affair between Amy Fisher and I, when the real crime here is that Amy Fisher shot Mary Jo. That's the issue.
Despite the denials, there is one outstanding question. Hotel receipts, which purport to show that Joey Buttafuoco met Amy Fisher at a local motel.
In the motel. I mean, after all, did this happen or didn't it happen?
Marvin Kornberg, Joey Buttafuoco's attorney, outlines the prosecution of Amy Fisher.
assuming they put Joe Buttafuoco on the stand, assuming they showed Joe Buttafuoco the hotel receipts, and Joe Buttafuoco denied that those hotel receipts are his, they're bound by that answer. They can't go beyond that answer.
I never had an affair with Amy Fisher. I never slept with Amy Fisher. She's a liar, and she's sick.
My job as a defense attorney is to recognize that whether a person is a prostitute, whatever she is, she's still a human being, and she still deserves some measure of compassion, some measure of understanding.
You would have to tell a jury that keep your eye on the ball, so to speak. The Joey made me do it is not a defense to the crime of attempted murder.
The trial of Amy Fisher. You've heard the prosecution. The prosecution rests. You've heard the defense rests. And now, the destiny of Amy Fisher, the Long Island Lolita.
Has the jury agreed upon a verdict?
Yes, we have, Your Honor. Will the foreman please rise? Will the defendant please rise? How do you find the defendant, Amy Fisher, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
Order. Come to order.
I'm sure the next thing we'll see is Amy Fisher's memoirs or something like that.
She's probably writing one right now. And, you know, it will more than likely will sell.
Well, she's got plenty of time on her hands, as we all know.
The royal family's plunge into marital scandal began long before Diana and Charles spoke sweet nothings to their telephone lovers. It all started with this royal relation.
It's a tremendous embarrassment to the royal family. It's no secret that the Queen is out of the country at the moment.
That's next, and still to come. The nominations are less than 2 weeks away, but this unknown is already wondering if she'll come out a winner.
This is my crack at fame. I will never win an Academy Award.
Why wait for your income tax refund? Sharp Income Tax Services Refund Anticipation Loan guarantees.
Guaranteed.
Your refund loan in 3 days.
Guaranteed.
Or we pay the cost of tax preparation.
Guaranteed.
Don't wait as long for your state refund, because Sharp Income Tax Service will prepare and electronically file your state refund free.
Free.
See Sharp Income Tax Service today at Sterling Plaza, Peoria, or Town Center 1 in East Peoria.
Praying, reaching out, presenting the gospel, we see the miracles happen in lives.
Be sure to watch the Old Time Gospel Hour, weekly on this station.
If you have a cesarean section with your first baby, will you have to have C-sections with all your remaining children?
A medical extra from News 31.
This is Paige Parrott. A new study looks into whether repeat C-sections are actually necessary or whether they're done because doctors are worried about possible malpractice claims. A close-up look at whether you need a second cesarean if you've already had one.
Watch Medical Extra Monday at noon, 6 and 10, only on News 31.
She came to them a mail-order bride, but gave them so much more. And when survival forced them apart,
What will happen to us?
her fear was not of leaving, but of losing the greatest love she'd ever known.
This terrible love for you is so strong.
Glenn Close, Christopher Walken, Hallmark Hall of Fame's Skylark, Sunday, February 7th.
Skylark is a CBS television reading program selection, sponsored in our community by Silco and TV 31.
Welcome back to A Current Affair Extra. Over the past year, the private royal family has taken a public bashing. But even before Charles and Di and Fergie and Andrew kept the tabloid pages full, we told you about another royal relative who was a total embarrassment. Marina Ogilvy was the bride who wore black this week in A Current Affair history. There was the wedding of Charles and Diana, a grand spectacle of pomp and pageantry. All the world's royalty witnessed their wedding celebration.
The same fanfare was repeated for Fergie and Prince Andrew the day they said I do. And then there was the royal wedding Buckingham Palace didn't want anyone to hear about.
It's tremendous embarrassment to the royal family. It's no secret that the Queen is out of the country at the moment.
In a simple church outside of London, the Queen's 23-year-old cousin, Marina Ogilvy, wed commoner Paul Howat. This young bride wore black and her royal relations saw red.
Prince Charles, Marina's godfather, has disappeared conveniently. It's very, very, very embarrassing.
The real shame for the Windsors was that Marina was 5 months pregnant on her wedding day and almost had her baby out of wedlock. That's until her parents stepped in.
The ultimatum was that you both get married. Before you have the child, or you have an abortion.
Marina broke a royal rule by selling her story to the press. But on her wedding day, Marina's parents forgave her. Not so for her cousins at the castle.
They can't be seen to be sanctioning Marina's poor relationship with her own family, her own immediate family, and the fact that she is 5 months pregnant.
But in later years, Marina's scandal would be nothing compared to those of her kissing cousins. It wasn't royal, but it was the moment Joanne and Richard Rowley waited for anxiously, their wedding day. All was going well when we first met them in 1988, until...
You see this gigantic goose, which is like bigger than a German Shepherd, with the wingspan, forget it, it's huge, 5 foot, 6 foot wingspan, flapping the wings, running and flying at the same time at you at an enormous speed.
It was just 3 days before the wedding when the couple was on the grounds of the restaurant where they were having their reception.
And the neck is this long, and the beak must be this long, opening like this, going for your eyes. I walked back very fast. Now it's ready to turn around and run. And that's when I tripped over these tree roots. And I fell down backwards on the second. That's when I cracked my back.
The web-footed attack bought Richard 2 days in the hospital. And on his wedding day, this groom had more than cold feet.
All I was doing was sitting down, eating painkillers, and hoping I can get through.
The goose attack not only hurt Richard's back, but also put the honeymoon on ice.
You can't even be in bed together. Are you crazy? Don't touch me. You know what I'm saying? Forget it. That's how my honeymoon was. Very boring, too. Like almost the same thing. Laying around with old people, doing nothing on a boat, but just floating around and sea. Nothing. I'll tell you one thing. I'll never have goose for dinner as long as I live. I don't want to see him. I don't want to taste him, smell him, keep him away from me.
There was no quacking, but a lot of barking when Genghis Khan and Macho Man tried flying south 4 years ago. Their mom, Zsa Zsa Gabor, had a tip with Delta Airlines over the traveling canines.
My one dog was with me in the first class, and the second dog, Macho, who's a seasoned traveler who came to Germany last year when I was making a movie by himself, was with my housekeeper in the second class. There's an international law that you're only at one dog in one department.
She threatened to put the airline in the doghouse with a $10 million lawsuit. The airline said Zsa Zsa was rude and vulgar.
I told them what they can do to themselves. I didn't have a gun. They dragged me off the airport. You don't think I'm going to be a lady when some 5 son of a bitches are dragging me off an aeroplane. And I thought they want my jewelry because the dogs were never out of the carrying case.
If Delta thought Zsa Zsa was going to take this lying down, they were barking up the wrong tree.
But I'm a real bitch.
She said it. Zsa Zsa's canine case against Delta Airlines was dismissed. We spoke to Zsa Zsa, and she tells us that her next starring role is playing an airline hostess who slaps a passenger. I guess that is art imitating life.
Yeah, or that's just Zsa Zsa.
Could be the latter.
Still to come on a Current Affair Extra, there are hip styles with hippie tones. Get the skinny on tight fits and short shirts that are steaming up the runways. The experts have designs on streetwear straight from the Naval Academy.
I love to show the torso, and I love a hip hugger pant.
Naturally Yours Grocery and Deli. The place to shop for great tasting food that's really good for you. For the health conscious and environmentally aware, it's conveniently located in Dominion Square on Pioneer Parkway. Naturally Yours Grocery and Deli.
The love seat goes here, and the new entertainment center goes over there. As soon as I get my income tax refund.
Why wait for your money? Get it fast with H&R Block's Rapid Refund. We file your federal return electronically, and you may qualify to get a loan against your anticipated refund in a matter of days. Even the fees can be withheld. Available whether Block prepares your return or not, unless, of course, you like waiting. Rapid Refund exclusively from H&R Block to get your money fast.
This is Bob Larson of News 31. You know, if everyone gave 5 hours a week and 5% of their income back to their community, the difference would be immeasurable. So call the Peoria Area Community Foundation at 674-8730 and give 5.
Here's where Alka-Seltzer Plus fights tough colds. With tough congestion, tough aches, tough sore throat.
This is why you need a tough medicine. Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. The leading cold pill only relieves congestion, but Alka-Seltzer Plus relieves congestion, sore throat, sneezing, body aches. That's tough medicine.
You bet it's tough.
Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine. It's tough medicine. For a cold with a cough, try Alka-Seltzer Plus cold and cough medicine.
You might never get that room picked up or the stereo turned down, but at least you can get those whites completely clean with new UltraSurf Plus bleaching action. Its bleaching action out-whitens ordinary detergents and removes odors entirely for a complete white, so you can be proud of how your family looks, even when you hope no one's looking. New UltraSurf Plus bleaching action, the complete white.
It's time to welcome back Flower Power. Today's fashion designers are combing through styles from the past and bringing their hot new lines into the present. But if these street clothes are going to be a big hit, before you get at your slim-fitting bell-bottoms, you better get back to the gym. Robin Dorian has the story.
It was the late 60s and the early 70s. The talk was about peace, love, and happiness. I got you, babe. Dressed in bell-bottoms, they were called the Flower Generation, and everyone wore them. Everyone. Well, everything that's old is new again.
And now it's Flower Power. Do your own thing.
But of course, I love skiing.
They're back, and everyone's wearing it. 70s look, that is. And the belly button is the Flower Power of the 90s.
I love to show the torso, and I love a hip hugger pant.
Hippie beads, bell bottoms, and bellies, and butts, and it's a fun time, thank God.
And for those old enough to remember, this is no psychedelic flashback. You can get those white rabbits, well, white elephants, out of the closet.
I think it's targeting a younger generation. At the same time, it appeals to the fonder memories of an older generation.
But even if the designers gave it away, would women want to come back to the retro look?
I think it's wonderful. I think it's hot. I think it's sexy. It just looks like things that you just normally wouldn't see people wearing in the streets. I think it's nice for the runways, but I don't think it's something that people would wear out in the streets.
And there is one other drawback.
I think a woman has to have a nice tight fitted tummy.
For the older crowd, the generation gap might be 20 plus years. For those younger, the gap is below the belly button.
I'm sure the guys like it, but for us, it's double tummy crunches.
I'm sure it looks great on you, though, right?
I don't know about that. Still ahead on a Current Affair Extra, meet the woman who has Hollywood moguls yelling, rewrite.
I'm causing them about as much harm as perhaps a flea does on a very large elephant.
Why do I choose Alka-Seltzer Plus over the leading cold pill?
They only relieve congestion, but Alka-Seltzer Plus is so tough it relieves sore throat, sneezing, headaches, even body aches.
That's why I choose Alka-Seltzer Plus.
Alka-Seltzer Plus. It's tough medicine.
All right, Gladys, from the top.
Though we know you love butter, Fleischmann's found something other. It's Move Over Butter. All the smoothness of butter with a rich, creamy flavor. New Move Over Butter. It's either Move Over Butter or nothing at all. With sweet, creamy buttermilk, zero cholesterol. Move Over Butter.
New Move Over Butter from the folks at Fleischmann's.
Lower back pain, neck pain, upper back pain. There are all kinds of back pain. Doan's relieves them all with an ingredient these brands don't have. Relieve back pain with Doan's, the back specialist.
She's not exactly a movie star, and no casting agents are auditioning her for the latest blockbuster film. But Dale Blum is definitely going Hollywood. Well, going at it with Hollywood, that is. Stephen Langford explains why Dale's getting the cold shoulder from the Motion Picture Academy.
It's the night that Tinseltown recognizes its own. The magical moment when excellence in direction, production, and performance is rewarded by the three little words everyone longs to hear.
The winner is...
My feeling was astonishment, I suppose. I never anticipated anything like that at all.
Thousands of miles away in the quaint town of Chester, New Jersey, Dale Blum has been discovered by the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences.
This is my crack at fame. I will never win an Academy Award, that's for sure. And this is the closest I'll get to them, and why not?
It's not her acting abilities that have thrust Dale into the spotlight. Instead, the Academy claims she is infringing on their trademark by naming her trophy store Academy Awards.
We have the trademark. We must protect the trademark. It's no different than any other organization that has a trademark.
I thought about Academy Awards simply because we sell awards. Academy is kind of a high-class name, and more importantly, it puts us at the top of the Yellow Page columns.
This business rule of thumb seemed like a good idea 11 years ago when Dale opened Academy Awards. But now that the Oscars' legal eagles have found out about her, they want her to change the name. John Pavlik speaks for the Academy, and he doesn't feel that they are bullying her small business.
We're certainly not out there to try to harm Dale's business. The way the law of trademark works, you have to object to every instance of the misuse of your trademark that you discover. The term Academy Awards is ours.
I'm causing them about as much harm as perhaps a flea does on a very large elephant. The business of the store is to provide awards for communities, for businesses, for the children, for teams, for the schools. I certainly don't mean them any harm.
And when we asked one of Dale's customers about the trademark infringement,
I think it's ridiculous. Why that should have anything to do with anything, I'm sure I don't know.
so far Dale has received the trademark documents from the Academy and is reviewing them with her legal counsel.
I have to be satisfied first that I must change it. They have said, among other things, that if I comply, I can continue using up my old stationery, which, of course, has Academy Awards on it.
If anything, Dale Blum has kept a sense of humor about taking on Hollywood, but she's got a nomination of her own for a name change.
Abysmal Awards.
Dale says if she has to, she'll consider changing her store's name to Academy Lane Awards. We'll keep you posted.
Coming up Monday on A Current Affair, an investigation into who's coaching your kids.
It's not if you win or lose, but how you play the game. Kids, coaches. Some help children fulfill dreams. Others make sports a nightmare. A Current Affair goes undercover for a piercing look at the side of youth sports most parents never see, where friendly competition gives way to the coach's obsession. Malice and mentors on the next A Current Affair.
We'll have that story and much more for you Monday on A Current Affair. Now to mail call. Corinne Bethy from Atlanta, Georgia, had this to say about last week's inspirational story, Against All Odds. Thomas Vance is the former crack addict who'd nearly hit rock bottom until the day he saw the angelic face of his newborn child. Corinne wrote, I think it's wonderful this man has turned his life around and is alive to see his daughter grow up. This story should inspire parents everywhere to appreciate the luxury of being around to raise your kids. We'd like to hear more of your comments on stories we've brought you, as well as your ideas for stories you think we should cover. You can write to us at A Current Affair, Box 519, FDR Station, New York, New York, 10150, or you can fax us a letter at 303-727-4604. And with Valentine's Day upon us, we'd like to see your unusual marriage proposals and weddings on home video. We'll air some of your tapes on next weekend's show. Call us on our tape hotline, 1-800-WE-SAW-IT. That's 1-800-WE-SAW-IT.
Once again, we'd like to give you those phone numbers in our poll. The question is, should adoptive parents be allowed to give problem children back? If your answer is yes, call 1-900-420-5551. And if your answer is no, call 1-900-420-5552. Each call will cost you 75 cents per minute. We'll have those results for you next weekend. And that wraps up our program for now. Thank you for joining us. I'm Alexander Johnson.
And I'm Maureen O'Boyle. We'll leave you tonight with En Vogue's latest video, Give It Up, Turn It Loose. Have a great weekend. I'll see you back here Monday on A Current Affair.